Oh.
So what should we talk about now? We should talk about let's talk about the election that is coming up November 10th in the US. And what do you think would happen? Like, do you think Trump has more chances of winning than Biden, or should we ask him this question?
No, anybody can ask anybody any question really. So just.
What do you think?
I think Trump will win. I think Trump should win. So yeah, that's what I think. But I mean, the votes will decide now. I know a lot of people don't like Trump. I don't for so many different reasons, and I don't live in America, so I don't know what it's like to be governed by Trump. But I believe personally, I think that I feel like Biden is no match to Trump. That's what I believe. I believe that Biden isn't a very strong opponent for Trump. Personally, it could be a very naive statement, but that's what I think. I think Trump should actually beat him hands down, safe. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think you're right, and I think just add to what you said. I think if you are looking at the impact of the media, the impact the media had last 4 years when Trump got elected, and the impact they're having now. And when I mean impact, I mean a negative impact on what people know about Trump, because what almost everyone knows about Trump is negative, and that's if you're listening to CNN, ABC, NBC, MSNBC in America. It's all anti-Trump, and it kind of influences people's opinions or beliefs about Trump. If you listen to Fox News, you love Trump. If you listen to any other news outlet, which is 90% liberal.
Well, I wanted to ask something. I believe it's always been like that. For instance, during Obama's time, I believe CNN was in support of him, and there were also Republicans at the time which were for him.
Yeah, but
so it's not just peculiar to Trump.
Yeah, no. The vitriol now, the hatred now, it's more unlike in Bush before Obama, when he had Bush, who was a Republican. The amount of hatred wasn't the way it is today. Obviously, I mean, with Trump, it's now open that we are against Trump. It's not hidden. It's not like a facade, Bush was kind of different. So because of the personality of Trump, the kind of guy he is, the kind of president he's been.
What kind of president do you think he is? And why do you think people don't like him?
I think he's been the best president America can ever wish for today. I mean, what COVID showed us was we need presidents like Trump, we need leaders like Trump, because imagine a situation whereby the virus comes from China, and China are said the ones who are going to produce the drugs or the antibiotics, So it's like the industries or warehouses or factories producing all this stuff have all been shipped to China. And Trump's mantra has always been bring back the jobs to America, bring back the jobs to the US. And if there's anything that COVID has shown us is that these are things that our leaders should be doing. But for some reason, liberals don't like the idea, or people that love globalization, which is a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. They don't love that idea.
I lost you. What idea exactly?
The idea of having jobs manufactured in your country,
So
that's a pride.
How does that? What does that have to do with COVID? No, you're trying to explain something.
So COVID, for example, the virus comes from China, yes, and then suddenly we find out that 90% of drugs made in the US are made in China. Okay. So not made in the US. 90% of drugs used in the US, they're all made in China.
So what do you mean by suddenly? People did not know.
The information wasn't out.
So you're saying because of the COVID, that's why the information is out?
Not because of the COVID. What I mean, COVID proved to the world that we need to have leaders like Trump that are willing to take the risk and say, you know what, we need to bring back our jobs to America. We don't want to leave. We don't want to leave important industries.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand how COVID. You said because of
COVID has proven that, for example, we all know the virus came from China.
Yeah.
COVID-19 came from China. That's what I'm saying. And then the virus coming from China, then your manufacturing industry, everything you're learning on to survive as a country, 90% of it is coming from the same country that gave you the same virus. Whether it's masks, whether it's face masks, everything you're talking about. So these things that these products or these companies that have been going to China over the years before Trump came in, these are things that should be brought back to the US because of, for example, number one, national security issues. What happens if, for example, China comes down and say, we're not going to release these drugs to you guys?
That's what I'm saying.
They could do as a country.
No, what I'm trying to say, I don't get what you're saying. You're saying that Trump has brought back jobs to America.
Yeah.
So is it because of COVID that he did
No,
that?
not because of COVID. I'm just
Yeah,
just an
because you're
example.
relating
No, just
it
an
with
example.
COVID. So I'm trying to see how COVID.
No, COVID like kind of like brought to the surface the need or the importance of
Having
these issues that Trump has been talking about.
Okay.
You know, which is that we need to bring back jobs to the US. We need to bring back jobs, whether it's the UK, any country you're from, really. Because, like I said, example, what if the Communist Party of China turns around and says, we're not going to give you guys these drugs or these antibiotics or whatever. As a country, you have no other choice than to
comply to
whatever the government of China says, you know. So that's my point.
Okay. So, but the question I asked you is, why do you think people don't like Trump?
Maybe the way he tweets, which sometimes could be over the top, the way he talks. But I think for me, the way I see it is.
So you think it's basically his tweets and the way he talks?
Yeah, I think for me it's more subjective than objective, in the sense that when you ask people why they don't like Trump, most of the reasons they're gonna give is more subjective. The way they feel about him, the way he talks, the way he acts. You know, this is what he didn't say. The way Obama talks and the way he talks are different. You know.
So Obama is more diplomatic. Trump
Obama is more diplomatic.
More
Obama is more emotional. You know, Obama comes and appeals to people. You know, Trump is not that kind of person. He's never been that way. The man is more than 70 years old. He's not gonna change now. You know, so. Those are the issues.
Some people actually relate him with Buhari, so that they're both the same.
No, they can never be the same. Buhari doesn't say much at all. Buhari doesn't talk, you know. So that's the.
So you feel like people just don't like Trump because of his tweets and the way he talks?
Yeah, that's majority of cases or the reasons why they don't like Trump.
Okay.
It's more of emotions and actions, really, like, you know.
So why do you like Trump?
I like Trump. One, he's a man of his own, which is important as a leader. You should, as a leader, you should be your own person. You shouldn't be controlled, or people shouldn't have such sway or such influence over you as a leader. You should have your own mind, you know, to do what you feel is best for the country, which is why the people of America voted you in as a leader. I think that's one of the reasons why people are so against him, because you can't control Trump. The guy is a billionaire. The guy is made. He ran his election on his money as well, you know. He wasn't like, he didn't have the amount of backing that Clinton had, you know.
Yeah.
And then number two, everything he said he would do, he's done. Whether it's building the wall, whether it's bringing back jobs, whether it's black employment, before the virus came, obviously. He's kept his word, whether it's trade deals, you know, scrapping NAFTA, bringing a new trade deal. The trade deal he wants to do with the UK as well, you know, after they've left the EU. So
you like Trump because of his style of leadership or his personality?
Both of them, to be honest. Those are things that a leader should have, like being a man of your own, not being controlled. Like, for example, when you compare it to example, the kind of leaders we have in Nigeria, which is so deeply neo-patrimonial and so dependent on godfathers in parentheses. You know, unlike the one you have in the US when it comes to Trump. You know, so the personality, his actions.
People think or people believe he's also racist.
No. If we say Trump is a racial opportunist, for sure he is. But the same way the Democrats are as well. Democrats are racial opportunists as well. So one doesn't have to be racist for one to be racist just to blacks. One could be racist when you're racist towards whites as well. Yeah. Still, that's the definition of racism.
Yeah, because it feels like every time you hear racism, people are always as if the black ones are the ones that are the victims. So white people can also be victims of
white
racism.
People,
Chinese people, Indian people,
Hong Kong,
anybody.
Everyone,
That's true.
Could be victims of racism. So I don't think he is. I think what Trump is doing, which is what every political leader does, is using everything within their power to win an election. What I mean, saying things or doing things that will give them the victory. You can't blame him for that, because that's what the Democrats are doing as well. You know, they're calling Trump a racist, a bigot, a this, whatever, just to win the election, you know. Trump on the other side is flaring up these flames of racism, of racial injustice, which he did 4 years ago against Mexicans, against blacks, you know. But you can't blame him for that, because that's what politicians do to win an election. You know, obviously moral is wrong, but it doesn't get them the victory. That's what they always do. So I don't think he's racist. Yeah, I think he's like every other person
You just
or
think
every
he's a
other
politician.
He's a politician.
He's just being a politician, not that he's a racist. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I think we can end here so that our video is not so long.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And subscribe to our channel, give us a like, share the video.
You don't even have to like it, just subscribe and share. If you think it's worth sharing. And drop your comments in the, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what you think, and you know.
Hopefully we're bringing back more episodes and more content every week or every.
Yeah, no voila. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Love you guys. Bye.